Namaste and good afternoon. First to you, Sharmila, and to all our viewers right now.
Namaskar and good afternoon to you too.
So let me first, on behalf of Bodhi Stree and the G100 Elegance Endorsement Wing, I have such a pride privilege of welcoming Sharmila uh, to you to this forum, and I'm looking forward to an inspiring, conversation of just grit and growth, as we told in the flyer also. So for all our viewers, Sharmila has more than 35, 40 years in the industry, largely in the systems, quality, and IT space, and across all industries. And for the last 25 years, she has devoted herself to causes of creating inclusive spaces for people with disability, and for the last 9 years, it is with her organization, which she calls Vardhan, and I'm sure it is one to those it takes care of. And it's no surprise, therefore, that she's the India chair for G100 Disability and Palliative Care. And besides that, she has been an influential, she's held influential positions in a large number of professional organizations like Wiki, Gujarat Global Chamber of Commerce, and which is why she has been so successful in doing such exemplary work under the aegis of Rotary, as you will see the logo of Rotary behind her. She has also worked very actively with the government of India in the area of policy reform, and that I think is the dream that any change maker works for. And Sharmila has been doing that. And to introduce her, I will use what she wrote on LinkedIn, and I found that beautiful, Sharmila. I'll quote you here that cerebral palsy is the most common childhood physical disability, yet it remains one of the least understood. And from a personal viewpoint, that is Sharmila's viewpoint, I can attest that it affects my movement, posture, and muscle coordination, but it does not define my potential or possibilities. So we dedicate the next hour to discovering the how to realize potential and making what seems impossibilities into possibilities. Namaste and welcome again, Sharmila. You begin by telling us who you really are.
Who am I? Okay, but first, the player is all mine completely. And I am a seeker for probably uh, justice to the underserved society because I am a part of that society. I was and I still am. Because at some point in life, you have everything with you, but you still don't get the recognition and the worth that you really need. I have within my profession, within friendships, within relationships, and also within the space that I am working in, Rotary as well as in my NGO work. I have got that recognition and that space for myself. But I do know that not everyone is as lucky as I am. So I push to seek that justice and nurture that entire space. So that is who I am as a person. I nurture people and I push people to go beyond their beliefs,
Hmm.
up the bar. Every time that you raise the bar, you have a better resource at your disposal. So
So
challenges definitely, but yeah, uh, 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 I have done it, so somebody else can do it as well.
yeah, you lead the way by from the front showing people how to do it. So I understand you are a seeker, and on a more material level, a seeker of justice for others you think have struggles like yours. But what has made you who you are, Sharmila? What are the kind of events, circumstances in your life? I know some part of it is nature, some part of it is also nurture. How have you become what you've become?
My story starts in 1964. I was born in 1964 in Delhi, and I uh, have pretty harsh lessons very early in my life. In 1970, my father uh, came to Baroda, and we followed after the school admissions were uh, done. So in June, I went to school for the first time here in Baroda, and I fell ill the next day, and that was 16th of June, uh, 1970. I was in coma for a month, and when I woke up, half my uh, body was pretty much useless. I had lost sight in my left eye, my teeth and my voice box was gone. My hand, leg, both the limbs were gone. This was because I had encephalitis, and I struggled to get words out which my mind knew were there. I just couldn't. When I tried to get up from the hospital bed, I fell. That point defined my my thought that okay, I have to walk. Maybe not run, but walk. That's a that's a less than 6 year old child talking to itself. Uh, this won't do. I walked in 6 months. It took me 6 months to walk a straight line, but I did that. I got my eyesight in a year's time. I still don't have the use of my left hand, and I had therapy for about 15 years, medication for 20 years, and I have gone through the entire gamut of therapy and um, medication to such an extent that I got tired. And by the time I finished my MSc in maths, I gave up. I did not push any longer for therapy or meds.
Yes.
Yeah. But my career soared. Uh, I had to fulfill a certain desire that I could stand on my own 2 feet. So I did that. I continued to study further, um, pa- part-time diploma in computer science, MBA in operations, and I moved on to Bombay for a better option in my career, and I stayed there for 20 years. The last that I was in a job was in 2015 when I retired, when I thought I retired from a very successful IT career as a uh, associate vice president at SR. And I came back home to Baroda because my parents were old and they needed help. So I thought I'll help out and I'll do some bits and pieces. Then one of my ex-colleagues contacted me around 2016, somewhere in January, and I was back in the flow of work. I joined as a consultant, but in within a year, I was a co-founder with Vardhan. I was a co-founder at another of our sister companies, which is in education, but Bengal. And today we are looking at 100 million valuation for that company. So $100 million is a huge amount. We are looking at a valuation which is big, but that's something incidental. I work mainly in the space for the underserved population, women, children, disability, and of course, when you look at poverty, healthcare, skill development for this particular segment, entirely in Rotary as well as within my Vadan as an NGO. Of course, I put in efforts to help write a book as well, and that's Sole Isriya Jagao, which is where I have put forth options to work on to reduce inequity and inequality, so
So
that
you're
we have a level playing field and a level uh, field for uh, freedom from poverty and how would I put it? The push towards inequality.
Hmm. So
So,
what is it? Tell us more about this book. I'm curious.
okay, there are 23 of us who have written parts of the book, and my partner and my co-founder, Anshab Jain, is one of the leading lights in this book. He has taken it from a generational point of view, that today's generation has to learn to be financially independent at an early age so that they can do more towards society rather than work 9 to 5 or more uh, all their life. So those options are given there. There are so many of us who are teachers, who are mentors, who have given a lot in this book. How to put forth your best early on, so that you get the best all your life.
So these are life stories of people?
There are some, yes.
Okay, but it's not.
Part of it is mine.
Hmm.
Part of it is Ansha's struggle, and the rest of us. We have all faced struggling. All of us too. So learn from those struggles and uh, uh, put your best.
Hmm.
so that you will also get the best early on.
Yeah. So share with us some of the things that you think that uh, those of us who are on the other side and have not reached that level of empathy where we've understood what it takes. Tell us some of the things that you have done. What are the changes that have come in?
Okay. See, I haven't had a gentle life. I had to work a lot on myself and to assure others that I could do the best and better than the best. So one was the accessibility of the uh, system. I am in a field, in the IT field. A laptop is my mainstay. And early earlier systems did not have accessibility as an option. When I had to type with one hand, it used to be troublesome. It used to take time. Today, uh, uh, Windows has an accessible component. I can tap two or three keys and my keyboard changes to my specifications. It is very simple for me to write an email today, but earlier on it used to be a time consuming effort. Similarly, I have trained my laptop to understand my speech, and when I can't use both hands, I talk. I talk to my machine and it answers. So it has become a very easy option for me to be in the IT field and not be hampered with my speech impediment or my being one-handed. It has become an absolute normal thing for me to type with a pencil and get on with my work.
Hmm.
And it's the same with my phone today.
Mm-hmm.
I have a voice activated phone. It doesn't matter to me where I am, how do I handle that effort. But I'm very well adapted to technology. It's okay. I have inconvenience today, not a disability,
Yeah.
because I have technology at hand.
Right.
So
Yeah. It's not. It's
the, the, the,
inconvenient, but it's.
that,
Huh.
that that message has to go through. That one needn't be disheartened because there is a disability.
Yeah.
And
For that.
everything can be overcome. You have to know what to do. And
Right.
that's what I do. I counsel parents, I counsel kids, and I counsel adults on what to do with technology at your fingertips.
Hmm. But you said something like you have to prove really hard to people to convince them that you can do
Yeah,
early on in your career.
initially it was a tough road.
Yeah. So how did
Actually,
you?
there was no road. Very frankly, I gave what 28 interviews before I could land a job, and I even there I was told whether you know can you sit for 8 hours? not work, mind you, sit for 8 hours. It was a charity is kind of thing. Fortunately, my bosses were very, very adept at getting me to work and getting me to learn very quickly. So, if you have backing and your seniors are looking at you as a resource, not as a charity case,
Yes.
that helps.
So, what are the 2 3 things you would want to tell? Because at the entry level, we are having people with disabilities coming in and working,
Yeah.
but as you said, they're more like charity case, and in the absence of the right attitude from managers, then it continues to be a charity case, and then those people don't learn. So, what would you want to? Because I have seen managers who are uncomfortable. They think they're doing the right thing by letting it be a charity case and helping that person just exist and get a salary. That's not what is needed actually. What would you tell such people?
Everyone has a skill that they can learn. One. And everyone has a skill that they can unlearn. So the managers who know that, who think they know that this is going to be a charity case, unlearn that very fast. And there is nothing like a free lunch in this world. So don't give a free lunch,
Hmm.
please.
Hmm.
And uh, everyone has a skill, everyone has a talent. You have to tap it. And if you don't know, come to me. I will tap it for you.
I love that.
Really. But
Everybody, I love that. Everybody has a skill that they can learn, and everybody has a skill that they can unlearn.
unlearn. And that is where we all need to unlearn certain uh, legacies and relearn the new technology that is at our
Hmm.
disposal.
Hmm.
And uh, in turn, tell people to do the same. It has to come from the top. Otherwise, it never reaches down below.
And you think technology is a great leveler?
It is. It is. The, my, my my entire Rotary family is across the globe. I'm a part of the technical advisors. It's a cadre that audits, and we are across the globe. I was in the Asia Pacific region, but we talk to each other, and this is the only platform that we have, technology, that we can talk to each other today at the drop of a hat. Uh,
Hmm.
all of us at the cadre are in sync with certain things that we need to do. And what I have proposed is what I call SHE, skill
Okay.
development, healthcare, and environment, that for communities to develop economically.
So
So
you said
the
she, S as in skills,
SHE, skill
huh,
development, is S,
development, healthcare, and the
healthcare and environment.
environment.
So all three are targeted, and I work within the ambit of the UN SDG 17 SDGs that we have. So everything is in sync with the words. You can't be isolated.
Hmm.
So all of us work together across, I think, Africa, North America, South America, Europe. Asia, and I haven't still gone to Australia and New Zealand as yet, but the rest of the world is right there at my doorstep.
So true. Where do you think we are as a nation? Do you think we are at par with the best that people are doing, or we have a long way to go, both in terms of infrastructure as well as attitude of people?
Okay, I'll come to the nation uh, now.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is something very close to my heart. For the past 25 years, I've been working with the government of India and the state governments across the country on policy and policy for uh, the accessibility and disability that we have. Now, that includes all three SHE in within that. So, how do you skill persons with disability? How do you take the healthcare into account? And what all do they need at this point in time? Plus, how are you looking at an environmental friendly workspace for persons with disability? So, all of it is covered there. Uh, New education policy, the disability, the Rights of Persons with Disability Act, the New Education Policy Act. Of course, I've added to the entire thing, and I keep getting reviews for these policies, and they come very regularly. Every month or so, I have one policy review on disability and accessibility for the government of India. The
Every month?
government is working diligently to get these policies up. Now, some of them are up. I want to see those policies in action. That is where we lack. We lack the infrastructure to implement these policies. We are working on it, no doubt, but the pace at which it should work is slow, very slow.
Where do you see the opportunities within the industry? So when I'm saying industry means the private sector. What are the kind of things that you would advise that every company should be doing?
I, I'll start with what I have already, done.
Done. Yes.
Within the education industry,
Hmm.
UGC has already sent out and implemented the guidelines
Okay.
for persons with disability where the blind are concerned. When it comes to classrooms, we still need ramps. We also need help where the deaf are concerned.
Yeah.
We need help with writers where the blind are concerned. So these are things that need to be implemented. Now, writers, I I personally feel that uh, the blind can definitely use a laptop or a phone to write papers using AI. I'm not averse to it. That I mean, uh, look at it from this angle that no one cheats like this. Okay, AI can give you a lot more than uh, the answer required, but uh, that somebody had the time to go through all that in 3 hours time. No, you don't. You will write as per the question that is asked. So write. Let them write it out and print it out and give it to you. You don't need a writer.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Even voice to text can be used.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Technology can be used in many ways. Yeah.
absolutely. No, there are times when you have to have a diagram up there. So it's okay.
Hmm.
You use the AI for that, print it and give it. But
Hmm.
that kind of policy has to be implemented. It's not. Where look at deaf, uh, deaf employment.
Hmm.
Okay, do we have sign language in every office? No. Do we have ramps in every office? I guess not. Even in any, if I go to a bank, be it private or
Nationalized.
nationalized, we don't have ramps. Uh, how do the elderly go about their life? If I have to go to a bank, I can. I do most of my banking online. I don't need to do, but my parents do. They are 86. There are no uh, hand rails anywhere in any bank. Even
Yeah.
the client steps,
Yeah.
boss, not done. One
Yeah.
of my aunts is nearing 90. She goes to the bank and I hold her because she will fall. So I do have instances right here. If I am to drive a car, I need specialized equipment. Uh, Not every car maker is ready to do that. If I want my mother to go on a long drive, I would want the back seat to uh, uh, yeah, tumble down so that they were dead. No, there are very small things, but they need to be implemented. And these are things which I am pushing for. I am talking to car companies, but well, listening and implementing are two different things.
So there are some things which you pointed out. For example, having the handrails on the banisters. Even I realized that I had never noticed that they are not there
Yeah,
at
they're
bank.
not there.
Ramp is not the only thing.
Even at home, how many of us have grab bars in the bathrooms? Very small thing,
But it's so helpful.
40 rupees a piece, but none of us have it. These are things that catch my eye. Uh, I have a person who has foldable ramps available across country. He can do one city in 1 month, but the city has to be saying yes, I want it done. So options are there. The policy is there. The law is there. Everything is in place. Implementation is not just political will. It is our will.
Hmm. So,
It
so
has to be the citizens' will to do it. Then the political life comes all by itself.
very true, very true. That is the power of the citizenry. But
Yes,
what's happening is
it
that
is. It is within us. It is within our ambit to
hmm,
work on that.
yeah. The first time that I heard that, one in every 16%, 16% of people
Yeah,
are those with disabilities, the first question which came to my mind is that where are these people? And that means they do
they are
not
right
have the
here.
yeah, they do not
Yeah.
have the accessibility to be in the same train and on the road where I'm there. That's why I can't see them. And since I don't see them, they're kind of like invisible to me.
Invisible. Yes, agree. And probably 20 years ago, they were more invisible than they are right now.
Yeah,
Today,
but
I
not enough.
am talking about it, and like me, there are hundreds of people who are talking about it.
Yeah. But I think that this has to go beyond people with disabilities talking about it.
Yes, yes,
These are people with abilities
exactly.
have to talk about it.
I am probably one of the affected parties, but when it came to, I think my parents were the ones who pushed for a normal childhood, a normal school, a normal life for me. And that took guts. In 1970, it took guts. And my mother never hid me from the entire community. I was right there in every event, in every marriage, in every birthday party. No one, and by the time I was, I think, 10, I was completely integrated within the fabric of the society. There was no way. I cycle, I run marathon, I drive a motorcycle. So I swim. Even with a broken limb, I still swim. I'm not going to drown if someone pushes me in the pool. No. So yeah, and my brother and my classmates made sure that I know how to defend myself. So I have self defense with me, and I have demonstrated that self defense to the police in Mumbai, as well as here in Baroda in Gujarat, and uh, that's how much exposure I have got. That I don't need to be upset that I don't have a working hand. It's all right.
It's just a minor inconvenience.
Yeah, it is an inconvenience, very frankly. At times it hurts, so I go and have a few therapy sessions, and that's it. No, doesn't take much.
Now I know.
Yes, when I look at uh, how much I have done and why do I do it, but because I can, very frankly. I am financially independent. I don't need the work to pay for me. I made sure that I am financially independent at the time I turned 50. So uh, the money comes in. I have my own roof over my head. I have food on our table, clothes to wear, money to go out and help people. Yes.
Hmm.
So I am there because I can be there. Not everyone has that kind of help at home and professionally. So I'm damn lucky to be uh, at this stage in life and be completely independent.
We
God's
only
grace.
talk about being in gratitude, and this is like
Yes.
you
Yeah.
live it.
God's grace.
You worked for a very long time at SR, I could make out.
Yeah.
So,
It was a second home to me. 12 years and a very good relationship uh, within the entire uh, corporate office. So I have immense gratitude to the kind of work that I was exposed to, be it the refinery in uh, Jamnagar, the steel plant at Surat, beyond Surat, that is, power, ports, mining, amazing work that I have done at SR. So the core industry processes that one can look at that drives the economy of the country. I have it at my fingertips, and when I look at that along with disability and accessibility, it becomes very simple for me to put that in place.
so as you do all this work, you look like a very joyous person. What is that gives you maximum joy in all that you do?
I it's it's in my DNA. My transformation from a very uh, timid, frightened child to this joyous individual was by itself a journey. And that joy was instilled by my parents.
Hmm. Tell us some of the vivid memories that you have of childhood, because I can realize that has made you the person that you are today.
I have memories from the time I was free uh, in Delhi, and if you are aware of Delhi as a city
Mm-hmm.
in the 60s, so Sabbathang Enclave used to be a great place to be in. And there used to be a market and a bookshop.
Okay.
So that used to be the Sunday attraction.
Hmm.
So I would go there with my brother and I would buy books. That that books are something that were love for books were something that has been instilled again by my parents. Both of them are book lovers, knowledge lovers, and I have both sets of grandfather's books with me in my own library at home. So it has come down from the generation, three generations that are there. Vivid memory is like, um, then once we came to Baroda. I fell ill. I was in pretty much in shock for one and a half years. I went back to school, and my entire class welcomed me. I was completely new to them, but they welcomed me. And I am wondering how the hell do they know me? I got to know, I think, when I was around 30. One of my classmates told me that I was asked to sit with you by our principal and class teacher. Uh-huh. And help you out with whatever you needed, but not to poke fun. And I was supposed to take care of that. That no one poked fun at you ever. So believe me, Amit sat with me for years together on the same bench. And we turned out to be best friends at that point in time. My principal read up on cerebral palsy that I have, and he then called the entire staff and took them through that, enlightened them, and then they in turn enlightened the entire school, each of their classes. So the whole school knew who I was, why I was, where I was, and there was no going back. I played hockey, I played basketball, I played uh, a lot of games at home as well as in school. And I was, I think, one of the mischievous students in class. I had my city police commissioner's son, Jimmy, Jamshed writer, and I hope that he is listening to this. At some point in time, we meet. I have lost touch. So Jamshed would harass me and I would beat him up. And one of us would be outside the class, kneeling down, the other inside the dustbin, standing up every day for a full year. So these are vivid memories that I have. And then joy in beating up that guy was, I think it's evident.
Yeah. It also legitimizes that you can do anything that any other kid can do.
It was one of the best 10 years of my life. I mean, from class grade 2 to grade 12, 10 years. Amazing, amazing. And believe me, the accessibility that I had in school, uh, we had chemistry lab, and there's this pipette and the beaker, the hydrogen chloride test, and it has to be heated. I couldn't do it with one single hand, so my lab assistant had a contraption made to hold the beaker over the fire while I uh, took the acid from the pipette and dropped that off in the beaker. So it was something that they did. Same with the lab in biology. We had to cut up frogs at that point in time. They arranged a wax spray and pins, drawing pins. I could pick up the frog and give him anesthesia and then pin it and cut it off. It was very easy. I mean,
In I,
learning became the
mm,
easiest thing for me to do.
your school, in fact, is a textbook case of how inclusion has to be driven inside
Yeah, yep,
organizations.
yep.
You spoke about, the sensitization that the principal did for the staff did it for the others. That's how you cascade awareness in organizations.
Again, like I told you, it came from the top down.
Top down, absolutely.
And it was there all through. I never had to look at how and where to figure out
I also
that.
think that I also think that a person with disability supported, like the way you were supported, would
Yeah,
also create many more change makers like you from within that community to make it happen for others. Also, you come from a space of joy in wanting to help others.
I, I,
Not a,
it
not,
was. I mean, I'm telling you that this 10 years of the best years of my life in school.
how beautiful is that? So, what has, I mean, it's been so many years, 6 decades of living and implementing and doing stuff. What have been some learnings in your life, and what are you seeing ahead now in the entire space? Anything that you would leave with the listeners with knowing or
For me, it is a continuation of like learning stuff. For me, it is a progressive way of life, learning and then implementing those learnings for people who are at a disadvantage. At Rotary, at Vardhan, we have been doing this. Uh, take up schools and uh, put these learnings in place there. I have one particular school which is here in Baroda, which is only ninth and 10th standards. And the students come from a disadvantaged background
yeah.
as far as income is concerned, not
Hmm.
their minds. Wonderful school, wonderful students, and the kind of teachers and principals that I have seen in my time. So we work together and we get the students up and running for the board exams. And in the past 3 years, from 20% it has gone up to 53%, the ratio of students passing
Oh,
out.
okay.
In another 2 years' time, we hope to have 100% results.
Sure.
And yeah, that matters. So, and this is where we look at working and integrating people together. Whether uh, whether you are disabled or not is not the criteria. How ready are you to learn and implement it?
That
Disability is one separate aspect of your life. It's not your life.
no, it's not. And as you said that it can be physical, it can be also
But
disabilities of being,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it is. It is. I have an institution where I have mentally challenged people, adults, who didn't do anything, but they had wonderful teachers now and wonderful keepers as well. And they have been teaching them arts. And one fine day, I find block printed bags, and I said, "Hey, this is good. Let's sell them." Uh, We are exporting soaps. We are exporting those bags, and I probably see a better future for the entire lot because they have got good teachers and good minders. So
Hmm.
it matters a lot who you work with.
Hmm. So, if in case there are organizations who want to push the agenda, obviously you are there. You said that I'm always there for anybody who wants to reach out.
Yes,
Are there any professional
absolutely.
bodies like this who can actually help people
Uh,
find the kind of talent that they're looking for
yeah,
from within the people with disabilities so that they are able to, because guidance is required, as you said.
I am available and I do know people who are doing the good work. So my work is to connect the two people, the organization and the people put together.
Hmm.
I am just a medium to
Conduit.
contribute to the good work.
No, and what a wonderful conduit you've been between those who can make things happen and those who actually need for things to change. So,
I think giving back is something that one should look at some point in time. I look, I looked at it 25 years ago. Uh, nah,
no,
that's gone.
as you say that, I would say that in our tradition we have the concept of the pancharin. We are all born in debt to everyone. You have Rishirin, Manushirin, Pitririn. I mean, your parents.
Yes,
Would you have
yes.
been what you are without them? Your school, your teachers, Rishirin. So I think that if we continue to live our life feeling like we are obligated, we should give back from whenever we can, because that's what will make the world a better place to be in. If everybody gives, then wouldn't it be a better place? Because I would also be at the receiving end, no, if I give from so many others who are giving. So it makes a lot of mathematically good sense to give, is what I
Actually,
think.
when I think of it, uh, I I make a I think of something that needs to be done, and it gets done, you know. And then I look back and I think, I
How do
didn't ask anyone to do it, but yeah, God listens and it's done.
Yeah, of course it does. People of multiple faiths, everybody will tell you. Whatever you might think it's the universe or
Yeah,
the God or energy, of course it responds to what you want from it.
yes.
Yeah. So, what I take away from this conversation, thank you so much for coming over, Sharmila, is the pure joy with which you do things and accept the world for what it is. I see no shade of, resentment or negativity in you. And I think that's what defines who you are. And that's why you bring so much joy to yourself and others.
Resentment is very, uh, it's a useless thought of um, resenting why after 55 years? No, not even after 5 years. I did think as a child, why did it happen to me? Uh, but as I grew up, it's never struck me why. It's a thought, how can I get things done so that others don't go through all this?
How beautiful.
That's all.
Kudos to the work that you have done, and more power to you. And may
Thank
you
you.
expand your footprint and your impact to a larger, wider base. And I get a lot of joy from others also doing things, so that you see that the movement that you started has got picked up and taken by others also to conclusions that you want them to be.
I do have my Rotary family to thank that for. I have picked up some work and they are continuing with it. The Rotary Club of Odisha Heritage, my club, they are continuing to do the good work that I started. So, amazing work,
I'm sure.
all of us.
I'm sure it takes, like it takes a village to bring up a child. It takes a whole bunch of people for any good change to actually come by. So I think we've passed the time that we'd asked you for. It's an hour. I have never had such a gratifying conversation, and I never felt so inspired to be ever joyous after having had this conversation with you. So
Thank you.
thank you so much for coming over, Sharmila. And
My
I'm
pleasure.
sure that Sthir will be in touch with you, because we want to be those people who do things and not just speak about it. So we'll come back and have you advise us on how to take things forward. But for today, thank you so much for
My pleasure.
coming
My
over.
completely my pleasure. Thank
I
you.
feel privileged to share the space with you, Sharmila, to say the least. Thank you so much.